All right, let's go. Poody, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing good. What about you?
Man, I could complain. I was just saying earlier, I was like, today's my down day. So I actually volunteer at a nonprofit and they have a DJ school. So I teach the kids how to DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
And they don't want me out, to say the least.
Yeah.
But what I can say is I actually told them that I was going to be talking to you today, and the kids literally lost their ever loving mind. So it's safe to say, your fans are long and strong right here in the
Yeah.
QC.
So,
So, I usually think it's always cool and funny, to hear, and maybe not necessarily funny, but fun per se, to hear how artists got into music, because most of the time they always have a story that you be like, golly, seriously. Do
yeah.
you have one of those as to the reason why you got into music?
Uh, I really can't tell you because I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was doing everything in school. I played sports. My dream was really basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Mm-hmm.
playing sports. I was freestyling just at the table and like even at practice and stuff. I was just freestyle out of nowhere. I just knew I could do it. You know what I mean? So and like me just being from where I'm from, that was like what I grew up on was music. That's all I had like around me was like all the like older artists like that's coming from out of my city. They was around, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew them,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't like really like telling me to rap or do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get themselves together, but me having a love for music, then like I used to DJ back then when I was a kid. Like I used to DJ
Really?
at parties, like get paid for them and everything. You know what I'm saying? So when you
Okay.
said that, I was laughing. 'Cause I thought you was gonna bring it up. 'Cause I thought they told you already. But I used
No,
to,
I actually didn't know that until just
yeah, I used to
now.
DJ. You know what I'm saying? I used to DJ like around the age of 9, all the way up to like 12. I think like I can still do it now. Like I know how to like move the keys and everything.
Right, right.
But I used to be DJing at like adult parties and stuff like that. Like even
Mm-hmm.
like I used to be cursing on the mic. I'd be so little. They be like, man, who is that? People used to stop clubbing just to come up just to record me. Like you know what I'm saying? DJing.
Yeah, because
So
it's like a phenomenon in a sense. They like, damn, really?
yeah,
Is this a kid? Yeah.
I got a couple of, like viral videos from back then, like me DJing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They probably
Well,
somewhere.
see, now that you said that, now I gotta go find them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm talking about like I used to do it like a lot, like, and then that's what kind of like really made me want to get into rapping because I know I could put my own words together, and I want to see, you know what I'm saying, somebody screaming my lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like doing it like that. So
Yeah,
that was a reason why I kind of started it. Yeah.
and that's actually good to hear, because one of the things we were going to talk about is a little known fact that nobody knows about you, but we have definitely got one of those out of the way.
Yeah.
Because I definitely wasn't expecting
Yeah.
that.
For sure.
For sure. All right, so this we in the middle. Well, I guess we on the downward spiral now of this pandemic, and I think COVID, it's changed a lot for a lot of different people. Some for the good, some for the bad, some for whatever. Has
Yeah.
there been something that you like, a trade or something that you've done that you picked up during COVID, or is it something major that has changed for you during this pandemic?
It was kind of major though, you know what I'm saying? Like, boom, like during the pandemic,
Hmm.
I was on house arrest. I ended up
Damn.
I ended up getting shot. I had lost a homeboy, and then address it took off on TikTok. I never knew what a TikTok was, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So all of that was in the same month. TikTok blew up the same day I lost my close friend, you know what I'm saying?
That was back
All
in
that,
April, right?
yeah, back in April. So all of that, you know what I'm saying? I never knew what TikTok was.
Hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Then me losing a friend. I never lost a friend my whole entire life, like to no gun violence or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all of that, it took a toll on me. So I'm like this life now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through it now because I'm 21 now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm 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 learning how to move. You know what I'm saying? How to react to certain stuff. So I'm learning as I'm growing. So you know what I'm saying? Me going through that little period, it kind of like, you know what I'm saying, brought me to like reality, like, oh, this is life for real. Like, boom, you gotta.
Yeah.
So I'm still like learning. Like it's been about a year now, you know what I'm saying? So like I told you, that never happened to me. Then I got shot also. So there was a lot going on around that time.
So, would you? And this actually kind of leads into the next thing that we're going to talk about, because I was going to talk about address it, right? But do you feel like going through a lot of that made you look at life different? Because we know what a dress it is. Is it possible that you can look at saying, you know what, life is too short for me to, fall out or not be cool with people? Like, do you feel like that you're at a different point in life now where that is a possibility?
But yeah, most definitely. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a little girl, you know what I'm saying? I only got one child, so that was another reason too. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was young when I was 17 when I had my first child, you know what I'm saying? So, but now that I'm older now, I look at it like, man, I ain't like,
It ain't worth it.
Worth it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
This is one thing I love. I don't even call them interviews. I call them conversations. I always write points down and, we get to them when we get to them. But it kind of made me want to ask you this next question. If you could go back to your younger self, say at like 12 or 13, what advice would you give your younger self? Because somebody else watching it that's at that age right now that's going to be watching this interview could take that same advice and apply it to their lives.
Honestly, it sounds crazy, but I don't think I say the trouble. But then again, from me being in trouble, it kind of saved me from, because when I was on house arrest, just say if I wasn't on house arrest, you know what I'm saying?
Right, you could have been out doing other things.
Yes,
right.
And got messed up doing something else. And I almost went to prison, I ain't gonna lie, when I was 17, but I had a good lawyer. I had my dad, you know what I'm saying? He put a lot of money up, collateral and all that for me, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really say, I mean, around that time, I wasn't bad though. Like I wasn't getting in trouble. I got all the way up to my 12th grade year, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that was around the time I had my little girl in 12th grade. Really started going to jail. I really started going to jail like right when I was about to turn 18. So you know what I'm saying? But I was like that year, like from 16 up to 18 was like kind of like one of my roughest teenager years, you know what I'm saying? Having a kid, going in and out of jail. I dropped out of school, you know what I'm saying? So it was like that right there, like I could say it kind of saved me because I've been on house arrest from 17 all the way up till I was 21, you know what I'm saying? Like now. So that was a long time. That probably what kept me focused. And like, I couldn't do nothing what other like people was doing at the time. I had to be home 24/7. So imagine if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like it played out the way it played out, you know what I'm saying?
It molded you into who you are now, which now we looking at what? Between, I know you got like over like 23, 24 million Spotify streams.
Exactly.
We're not even talking about Tidal and YouTube though.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Right now, Spotify, like both of them almost at like 40 million. I know Batman at like 35 and still count, probably 36, but Address was at like 35. Like, and it Batman done caught up with it already. You know what I'm saying? It only been 3 months.
Yeah. Cause Address it. So I got 2 kids. I have a 13, well, excuse me, he just turned 14 last week. I got a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old. And like, I remember when Jason Derulo posted the TikTok to address it because my son came and told me, he was like, "Mom, I told you this song was hot, look." And so I was like, golly. It be feeling weird because my oldest child, we had him. I was young when I had him. And so I started over. So some days even though I'm not old, some days I be feeling like I'm 50 when he be coming to me with records. I'd be like, "Son, wait a minute." But he was on you for a long time. I didn't even tell him I was doing an interview with you because he'd be trying to sneak in. But I remember the first time I heard Batman. Let's talk about that real quick. First time I heard Batman, that first line got me. "Well, I can't be your Batman because I'll be robbing." I was like, okay, I'm hooked. So I had that in the mix real quick. I was like, okay. So let's talk about that record real quick before we close out, because this is what it's all about right now between Address It and Batman.
Yeah.
When you first heard the beat, what did you say when you first heard the beat?
Teach me how to Dougie. You know,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. That kind of crazy. It was in the studio. I really skipped over that whole beat. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that but because of that, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna come up with my own stuff. But I left that beat. I was just going through beats the whole night. I said, man, go back to that beat, man. I'm gonna go back to that beat. But this was back around the time I I had a session that whole week when I did I did the record with 42 Dugg. This back in 2019, right when I signed my label.
Yeah, I remember that record. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but I actually recorded most of these songs. Like Address It got dropped in 2019. Batman was recorded 2019. Connected with 42 Dugg was recorded 2019. All that was back in like right before I even actually like signed. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had Batman for almost a year in the clutch. We just ended up, you know what I'm saying? So that night I'm going through the beats, and like I told you, I had to went through it, and then I had to went back to it, and I just like, because I had recorded like, I want to say like 2 songs before that one. So I was like on my last 2 hours left in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So I had to just freestyle it. I freestyled that whole song, matter of fact. I was just like just messing around, and it came out actually like crazy. At the time, it wasn't that track for us, you know what I'm saying? We was like, man, so, but it's crazy how it turned around, you know what I'm saying? And it came like what it's doing now. Like I had them played it for the label. They was like, man, what this song came? I said, man, I've been recorded. This is old because I got so many songs. And when it came back up, they were like, man, this is smash. We gotta drop this. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I knew it was gonna go crazy. Somebody had done like it's this little vlogger from my like Florida. They be doing like all the artists and stuff. Like, know how they got Shade Room? It's like something like that in Florida, like a little vlog page. They had came to my session, recorded me. I was playing like a couple of my unreleased songs for them. And that's how Batman came about for me to get, like, they had posted it on their page. It went viral. Then TikTok ended up getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when TikTok got it, I knew what time it was. So
yeah. Because the era that we're in right now, and I think a lot of that we definitely have COVID to thank for speeding it up with the virability. But if you once the record hit TikTok and goes stupid,
yeah, it's crazy.
HD for president is they can't stop jigging. That was out of here. And then when I remember when Batman hit TikTok, I was like, oh yeah, buddy, this right here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Batman,
just the one.
Just a little snippet. I think it did like a million in a day. So I'm like, man. Then I had to end up getting the video from him and post it on my Instagram. Going crazy.
Well, so let me ask you this in closing. So when like once you get off house arrest, or if you are you off?
Yeah, I'm off now. I got no charges.
Oh, good.
No nothing.
Okay, good. So when you come to the QC, we gotta make sure we know before you come. We gonna make sure you eat right. We gonna get you around the city, and we gonna take you to these schools when we can go back in.
I'm ready.
Because these kids, I knew how my son acted, so I'm telling you, it's gonna be live and direct. So I'm very happy to hear about your success. I can't wait to see the future success. Really quick, go ahead and run your IG, your Twitter, Snapchat, all that, TikTok, all that good stuff down real quick.
My main what's the name? It's on my tongue. I lost it. Instagram is like
Instagram.
Okay, so I only be on Instagram. I don't got no Twitter, but LBP Poody is like everything, like for Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. LBP.Poody. That's where you can find me at. I don't be on Snapchat, none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just stuck on Instagram, YouTube and stuff like that.
Tell everybody real quick what LPB stand for.
LPB stands for Light Pole Baby. And how I came
Light Pole Baby.
Yep. And how I came up with that. Okay. You know how like there's a light pole on the side of the road, it's raised up by the streets. Right. I used to say that like that was my quote, light pole, baby. I was raised by the streets. You get it?
Yep, I do.
Like that. And then when I had a curfew, like I had to like me growing up, I had to be home before the streetlights came on. So
I know how that is.
Yeah, so my dad, he kind of made it like a boundary between the light poles in front of my grandma's house, so I couldn't go outside of those. So that's how I came up with that light pole, baby.
There it is. LBP Poody is in the Zoom Trap Boomin. We definitely do appreciate you. Stream everything he got. Stream Address It, stream Connected, stream Batman, all that goodness. Matter of fact, just go to find his name and just stream it all.
Please. Stream it.
I appreciate your time today so much.
Most definitely. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye, Joy. Thanks.